Hey everyone, I'm Sarah with Fisher Price Ranch. First off, please hit that subscription button down below and the notification bell for updates on our next videos. So, today I was just out here watering pastures after work and my neighbor called and she has not yet had time to band her buckling. So I thought it would be a good opportunity to show you guys how to band. So I just got to switch over my sprinklers and then we'll go get our supplies and head on over. Alright, so I haven't done much update on the garden, so I definitely wanted to do that. Our peppers, we are definitely getting some jalapenos. We've started harvesting a few. These ones are still kind of small. Starting to finally get cayenne peppers on this one. This one we're getting some nice jalapenos. And then on this one, we're actually getting cayenne peppers ready for harvesting. So we'll pull this one. This one looks like it needs another day or two. Now we're not doing a very good job weeding, but we're keeping it down enough that the garden can grow. So don't think all this is food. So our basil, I've been picking the flowers off of it so it continues to bush out so we can harvest it. The tomatoes are going crazy. They're taller than the garden fence now. I have trimmed out about half of the catnip because it was getting so big, so we're going to dehydrate that for the cats. And then the cucumbers are flowering and getting little tiny cucumbers on them. So hopefully we'll actually get cucumbers. There's some more. And we've got more that that sprouted earlier and they're growing pretty tall. And then, let me get out of here real quick. Our squash and pumpkins are getting really big and they're making flowers. I don't know if we're going to get anything before the frost, but we'll go as long as we can, I guess. And then our watermelons. Keep trying to leave the garden. I keep having to tell them where to go, but they're getting real long and they've got lots of flowers. I have not yet checked to see if we have any actual watermelons or not. I see lots of flowers. Lots of flowers. Not right off the bat seeing any melons yet, but hopefully there's some starting. But all the tomato plants are going crazy. A couple of them look a little sad, but overall they're doing well. And it looks like I need to harvest some of these jelly bean tomatoes. So we'll pick all these yellow ones that are ready. And then we have to keep an eye out. These are getting so bushy that we're going to have to start looking through them for tomatoes. See, like there's one there, still green. And I see we're just now starting to get our little worms, so I'm going to have to come out here and pick them all off. Feed them to the chickens. Because it looks like they've gotten a hold of this one a little bit. I see some on here. So, anyway. Yeah, there's a couple of those on here as well. So yeah, we'll have to come out and make the chickens happy. And then our rosemary that popped up on its own. We've been keeping it clear of weeds as best we can. And it's starting to get bigger. So we'll probably put that one in a pot before it gets too cold. And then our onions are going crazy. We've had wild tomatillos pop up, which you can see here. So I'm keeping an eye on them. Now these grow wild out here in Arizona, and so when they turn yellow, it's when they're ready. They're still green in there, so we're gonna wait, but we'll harvest them this year and see if we like them. But they pop up on their own. There's some more right there. And then we didn't have any carrots pop up. I kept cleaning this out and no carrots came in, so that was a bummer. But our radishes are doing well. You can actually See, they're probably almost ready for harvesting. We got white ones and red ones, and so they'll probably be ready to harvest soon. Definitely almost there. Nothing ever did come up on this side. I'm wondering if maybe it didn't get planted and we thought we planted it, but that's okay. And then our basil that we put in here is coming in. We've got the purple and the sweet basil. Got quite a few of them coming up there and there. And this stuff keeps coming up. But I've heard it's like a natural type of lettuce. So I want to look into it. We let it go ahead and grow. They're easy to pull out. But if we can harvest it and use it, I think we might do that. So I haven't looked into it yet, but we're going to. And then our lettuce, we didn't have much pop up, but I've got one there, and then these ones over here are doing a little bit better. You can see by the old lettuce here, but there's a few good ones. Then we had one random one pop up right there. So, and then it looks like one right there too. So anyway, that's kind of what's going on with the garden. Decent amount of food coming in. I definitely got to harvest the onions. So we don't typically pull up our onion bulbs and eat those. We typically like the greens, and we also dehydrate them and grind them up as green onion powder for cooking and seasoning. So I definitely need to get that done because it's going crazy. So anyway, there's the chickens. All right, so now that we are prepared. So before we band a buck, we need to give them a CD and T shot. This is for tetanus, and it'll help prevent infection after we've banded. So we're gonna give, if I can make it work, there we go. 2 cc's is the amount. And you wanna make sure that this is shaken really well. Okay, go ahead and hit it again. Alright, so here's our buck that we're going to band. So this shot is given intramuscular, which means it's in the muscle, and you can either do it up here in the neck, or we can do it in the butt. I like to do the butt just because it's easier. And we're just going to poke them. There we go. Alright, so what we're going to do is if you want to get up there. All the way up. We're just going to set them right here, right? Or all the way up. Give me those. Stop. Okay, and then flip him on his butt and make him sit down. And then just lean him back against you. So he's kind of, yeah. Perfect. Okay.
Guys, go on. Go on.
Alright, so we're going to take our band, and there's these little grooves here. Okay? And you want to go right behind those grooves, or your band will come off. She's like, where did it go? Okay. And then when you band, you want to go above the nuts, but below the nipples. If you get a nipple, you'll have issues. Okay. So when the balls are this big, sometimes you have to push one up.
Squeeze it in there.
And do one at a time. So we'll see if they're not too big, which they might be. They might be too big. Of course, I have bad hands. Easy. Well, you know what? Let's stand them up. Okay. And have them face that way. Sometimes gravity is your friend. And just stand over him to hold his body still. try it that way. Do you have any cattle bands?
No.
You may have to, I think you waited too long. How old is he?
He's,
Yep. He's too big. Alright guys, so as you saw, his nuts were too big for the band, so we're going to have to go to town later this week and get a bull bander. I don't have one on hand. I haven't had this issue. I normally band before their nuts are that big, so I guess we'll have to do another video some other time, but this is one reason that you need to be prepared fully when having a farm and all the different situations that can come up. So anyway, hopefully this is a learning lesson for you as it is for me, and we'll see you next time.